Hello, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Ongaku, the podcast where three friends come together and break down what's new in the Japanese music industry. This is the podcast for the week of September 6th, 2019. I'm your host, Ken, and with me we have Gray.
What's happening, dudes?
And once again, it's just another Dos Compadre episode. Luna unfortunately, haven't been able to join us this week also. She's very, very sorry about it.
There was a last-minute thing that came up. I guess it's the best way to put it.
Yeah, that is one way to put it. But yeah, regardless, just us two again.
That's okay, we'll get through it.
So, what have you been doing or listening to as of late?
Let's see, it's been a good week. It's been an interesting week. I have been listening to Color Creation a lot still. I love those guys to death. And I've also been re-listening to Toho Shinki's Hot Hot Hot. It's hot here. It's hot everywhere. It feels appropriate. So yeah, I've been jamming out to that, but I haven't been listening to too much. So that'll be about it for me this week. But how you hanging in there, and what you been jamming out to?
I've been alive, and I've been listening to the Pokemon soundtrack, I guess. I've been playing Pokemon Masters as of late, another gacha-infused game done by DNA this time. It's alright. The fighting system is a little bit interesting. It's a 3v3 turn-based strategy game. They took out a lot of the type damage preferentials, but they limited it to one weakness per se, so it's a little bit much more easier to deal with.
So you don't have to have the whole grid memorized?
Yeah, and they give you the weakness pretty much that says, hey, he's weakness to water.
Yeah.
So, you know those water Pokemon that you have, use that Misty. Use that Misty and Starmie. But yeah, besides that, Review Starlight, I've been playing that and Masters off and off, so I just don't have time. Oh, and then the Final Fantasy Stormblood soundtrack.
Yeah.
Or not Stormblood, Heavensward. I'm on the road to Stormblood.
On the road to Stormblood. We're not quite there yet.
Not quite there yet, so I'm having fun with that. I finally got Thancred back, Ninja Thancred.
I will say the ending theme for Heavensward's beautiful song. Beautiful song.
So I just realized, when I finished Heavensward, the main story of it, not the Link story, but the main story. So Uchida Maya is in this game. She's Shiva in the Japanese version.
Interesting.
So as soon as I saw Uchida Maya, I was like, oh, well, that would make a lot of sense because her and her brother are huge fans of 11.
That's interesting.
I guess it was her thing to be in the game. So it's really good because spoiler, Shiva's story is pretty much secluded to this one game.
Yeah, the one DLC, right? Like, I don't know if Shiva's gonna come back afterwards. So,
well, I mean, it'd be pretty hard to come back from that.
Yeah, truths.
But yeah, besides that, nothing much. And my juicy playlist, I guess that's pretty much it. But yeah, with that, let's move on to the news. We have a gaggle of news to go through. And speaking of voice actresses, the lovely voice actress turned vocal Kaori Ishihara announced that she'll be releasing a brand new single called Face to Face on November 13th. It'll be the latest one since Tempest back in July, and you can check out all the information on our site. It'll release with 2 editions, so go right ahead and check that out. Her song Tempest was really good. I really like it.
I gotta check that out. All right, moving on to the next article. I'm actually super hyped for this, which is probably surprising. Actually, probably
not
really.
All right. Really. You've been all up on this style as of late for them.
Man, it just speaks to a part of me I didn't know I had, so I was like, I'm just reveling in it more than anything else at this point. But yeah, Ballistic Boys have announced their next... It's actually going to be their very first single, which is kind of surprising, but their debut was an album. And so This is going to be their very first single that they're going to be releasing. It's going to be on October 23rd. It's titled 44 Raiders, coming in on October 23rd. It's going to be released in a CD-only edition and a CD with DVD edition. So you can check that out on the site. And you can check out their debut music video for Tahane 1000%, which I genuinely love that song. Moving on up to our next article, Uberworld have revealed they're going to be doing the next opening for Seven Deadly Sins. The new season of that anime is just around the corner. And so the new single is going to be titled Rob the Frontier. It's going to drop on October 16th. There's a teaser for it out if you want to check that out. It's mostly for the anime, but you do hear Rob the Frontier in the background. And it's going to be released in 3 editions, a standard edition, a limited edition, and a limited pressing edition. And the limited pressing edition's only going to be available till December 31st. So if you want that, you got to get on it today. Moving on to the next article, Passcode. Ken, one of your absolute favorites. They have a brand new single.
Well, I don't know about that, but you just hate it, and I just revel in it. And that's more than the enjoyment for my part.
Well, I'm glad I can contribute. But yeah, Passcode, they have a brand new single. It's going to be right around the corner on September 25th. It's going to be titled Atlas. It's coming in 2 editions. And if you want to, you can check out their last single, Take You Out, on the website. We have a link for that too. So check that one out. Moving on to the next article. My boys, as I like to say.
Which
Color
one?
Creation.
Because you have like 3 of them now.
That's why it's plural. But these are the big boys. These are...
Oh, that sounds weird.
Like I have declared, if I never see these guys live in concert, my life will be incomplete. Like that's how much I love these guys. The level of love, it's just up here. Color Creation, and when I saw this, I literally screamed. I was so excited. But Color Creation, they have announced their next singles. It's going to be their 4th single. It's going to be titled The Call. It's going to be coming out on November 20th. So check that out. I'm uber hyped for it. Pre-orders are available. It's going to be in 3 editions, and you can check out their music video for Moving On, which was a promotion for their very first album called First Palette. So check it out.
I mean, you could always just go to the free lives that they're going to go do.
Yeah,
part
you could.
Of the single.
That's true too. But I would need I need a plane ticket there. They are doing a free live tour. I did forget to mention that. Thank you, Ken. That is running from September 15th to November 24th. They still haven't pegged down all the dates, but if you go to the article on the site, we do have a link that you can check out that will give you all the tour dates and stuff that they have revealed and announced so far.
And moving on, a popular 8-member jazz fusion band, Sanabangan, announced that they will be dropping a brand new album called Ballads on October 23rd. This will be the latest album done by the group since Octave back in April of last year, and will be their 4th overall. It will only drop with a CD-only standard edition, so if you guys are interested, go check out their latest music video, Flash, along with the lovely tour list that they'll be doing for the album. I'm very, very interested in how this will do. They're a very interesting fusion, so I think you would like them.
Sounds like an interesting combination of sounds. I will give it that. Like, that sounds like something that I would enjoy. I will have to check these guys out. Moving on up to the next article, and I will apologize if I butcher this one. Garndelia, they have announced that they are going to be dropping a brand new album. It's going to be a best of album on December 4th of this year. It's going to be released in 3 editions. They are a EDM fusion duo, so they have a fairly interesting sound, and if you're not too familiar with them, we do have their song Rebel Flag in the article that you can check out and get a taste for their style of music.
And continuing on up in its popular boys group, Johnny's West announced that they will be releasing a brand new single called Big Shot on October 9th. This will be their latest single since their last hit, Ame no Chihare, back in April, and will be the group's 13th single overall. And it was very interesting on why they picked the title of Big Shot, because this will be used as the volleyball Women's World Cup, which is going to be held in Japan this year. So
nice.
Yeah. And per the huge of latest Johnny releases, it has a gaggle of releases that you need to kind of pay attention of, because all the different songs and all the different additions to the songs are spread across all 3 editions.
I think that's part of the Johnny secret and how they sell the numbers they do.
Yeah, so go pre-order it on the site, and you can go get a special bundle edition through CD Japan on our site too.
I will say real quick, I'm actually excited for this because Johnny's West has been on the upswing for me. Like the past couple of singles that they've come out with, I've liked. So I'm interested to see if the trend continues.
It's funny because I remember when we first did Johnny's West, we were like, what in the world? Because it was the album that we were first turned on to, and we didn't know how to feel. You didn't really like them all too much. And then when they started doing the singles, I think the first single you were still kind of lukewarm, and then it just shot up after that.
Yeah. Like slowly but surely, like I've come around to them, and I've really started liking them and what they do. Both Johnny's West and Hey Say Jump. Like those are 2 that really stand out to me as like 2 groups in the beginning. Like the first time I heard them, I just genuinely did. I wouldn't say I didn't like it, but man, it just did not ring any bells for me either. I'm like, it's whatever. But like the past couple of singles that they put out, I have thoroughly enjoyed, and like the upward trend continues. And so like I'm actually got to the point where I'm pretty excited for this, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to the next thing we're going to talk about.
So, speaking of which, it is the lovely, popular alt-idol group Yang Parade, which they dropped their lovely new music video called Love Communication on their official YouTube channel. So, this will be one of the lead tracks for their upcoming album, Love Paradise, which will release on November 13th. And, for me, it looks fairly familiar where they shot it. To say the least.
I know where that landmark's at.
So, if you guys don't know, they filmed this particular music video in Hawaii, and I wish I could find that beach where they were filming.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, in the song, they actually call out Hawaii specifically.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's like twice before them. They just says like, yeah, we have all this money for the Hawaii tourism thing, so we're just gonna pump all of it into this 2 music videos, and we're just gonna drive those sales up. I mean, hey, I don't mind. Bring on those customers.
Just as a fair warning, if you do check out the Love Communication music video, which I will say, Love Communication is a great song. Really, really enjoyed it. But man, is it suggestive. Just a little bit.
I mean, if you read the English song parts of the song, yeah, it is what it is. You're using English the way Japanese people use English, all right?
Yep.
And it is composed by Kenta Masakuma of Scrambles, which has worked with the group and several other alt-idol groups in the past. So, yay for Scramble, I guess. But yeah, if you guys are interested, check it out on our site. You can also check out the lovely details for Love Parade, which will come out on 2 editions, and the pre-order links are on the site if you guys are interested. And going on up, it is the lovely returning 4-member voice actress turned idol group Sphere announced that they will be releasing a brand new single titled Sign on October 23rd. Man, October's going to be packed, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be one packed month if I've ever seen one.
This will be their latest single since Best Friends back in June, and will be the group's 2nd single since returning from hiatus back from 2017. However, this is very, very interesting on the twist that they did for these 2 songs. Both of them are going to be used for live action pieces as opposed to regular anime stuff. You can read more about that on our site, and the pre-order links are also up there if you guys are interested.
And moving on up to our next article, Inflow have revealed they're going to be dropping a brand new single for the upcoming animated movie Human Lost. It is the name of the song is also going to be called Human Lost. That's what threw me for a minute. The song's going to be called Human Lost, and they're actually working with J Balvin, who is a Colombian singer. He's actually super popular in the United States. He's worked with like Cardi B and stuff like that. But it's coming out on October 23rd. Pre-orders are available on the site, so you can check that out. And you can check out the trailer for the upcoming animated movie, Human Lost, on this site.
Continuing on up. Hey, it's just your week for all this Johnny news, huh?
I know, right?
After their charting hit Fanfare, which we'll talk more later, popular male idol group Hey Say Jump announced that they will be dropping a brand new album called Parade on October 30th. Jesus, just October. This will be their latest album since Sense or Love back in August of last year, and their 7th album overall. And in true Johnny's fashion, has 3 different editions. And once again, pay attention closely to the editions because all the extra gaggles of stuff are different among all editions. You can read about it more on our site, and you can pre-order all 3 editions along with a special bundle CD Japan exclusive edition on our site. Continuing on, vocalist Yuiko Ohara announced that she will be releasing her first album, Hoshi no Namae o Tsuke Toki, on September 25th, and this will be used to commemorate Ohara's 5th year in the music industry and will be her first album overall. It'll have tracks from her debut album Magic Parade to her latest single Zero Sentimental, and will have 16 tracks total. Unfortunately, not much is known, but it will have a CD-only standard edition, which you can check out all the lovely information more on our site, along with the track listing and the pre-order links. Looks really good. I really, really did like it.
Cool.
And continuing on up, it is Kenshi Yonezu. He dropped the music video for his Oricon charting hit Uma Toshika on his official YouTube channel. I guess let's talk more about this when the song actually brings up, but
yeah,
it'll be physically released on September 11th, and it'll be attached to the highly anticipated sports drama No Side Game. But yeah, you can check out more information on our site, and you can check out the music video in question. And lastly, for the release news, it is vocalist Fumika announced that she will be dropping a brand new album on October 23rd. However, not much is known about the to-be-titled album as of reporting, but it will have a lot of songs such as her Anata no Inai no Kono Sekai De and Story, and will release in 2 editions. As you can check out her latest song, Anata no Inai no Kono Sekai De, on our site, and you can pre-order all the lovely editions for the album on our site too.
Alright, moving on to regular news, not release news. We're going to start with Urban Grade. They put on a festival every year. Now, they have not determined exactly when the festival is going to be. Sometime in 2019, but they still have yet to figure out the date of that. But they have revealed the entire lineup of all the guests that are going to be performing, and I gotta say it's a fairly interesting list. But it is an interesting lineup. There's 12 people here. There's going to be 12 acts. So if you're interested in checking out who's going to be in the Urban Grade, even though Urban Grade Festival, you can look it up on the site and check them all out. Moving on up to the next article. Heavy metal band Aldous have revealed that they will be picking up a brand new vocalist because their last vocalist left. The new member goes by the moniker Ren with the exclamation point for the I. And yeah, she's to start immediately. She actually won her spot in a singing contest, and there was like a couple of other people, but she ultimately won out, and so she has joined the band, and she actually has no experience in metal. Like, this is her very first metal gig, so apparently she's a great fit for the band, and we're really happy for that, and hopefully we'll see how things shake out. And moving on to our last bit of news for the week. Longtime member Reika Sakurai has officially left Nogizaka 46. She did her last performance on September 1st, and it was the last stop of their 2019 live tour. And it was a really big affair. Even Akimoto, who owns the brand, came out and said some kind words wishing Reika the best. So this is all in preparation too for their next single, which is around the corner. And you can go ahead and pre-order your copy. It's going to be in 5 editions. And if you want to go ahead and watch the music video for it, we do have it in the article, so you can check that out too. But we do wish Reika the best and the most luck in her future endeavors.
Yeah, so it's sad. So she just graduated. That's the leveling term for it. But yeah, it's sad to see a member like that go away. And with that, let's move on to our music corner this week. And this week it's your turn, Gray, so take the wheel, so to speak.
Yes, I've actually wanted to do this group for a while, so I was super happy I was finally able to get to do them. We're going back to idols. Shocker, I know, right? But yeah.
Oh, God, it's...
Hey, I think I picked an idol group that people like. Well, Luna would contest that, but she's not here.
Maybe that's the reason why Luna didn't want to be on.
Hey, we figured out the real reason. But yeah, this week we did BiSH, and I like BiSH. I've liked them for a while.
Spell that out for me, please.
B, lowercase I, S-H.
I only say that because we all know another idol group called BiS, which is B-I-S.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do talk about BIS because BIS is important, or BiS, Brand New Idol Society. They are important because they are the progenitor of all this, because BiSH is a spinoff of them, which is another reason why their name is so similar, right? so similar. But it does not stand for Brand New Idol Society. It stands for Brand New Idol. You fill in the word there.
No, just say it, because you have to say it.
Oh, that's true.
For the group's sake.
Okay, for the group's sake, it's Brand New Idol shit. So yes, and their very first album is also self-titled Brand New Idol shit, which I genuinely love. I loved that album a lot, especially Spark, which is the first song on that album, is absolutely amazing. I love that song to death. But yeah, they did get started back in 2015 in January. They are a spinoff of BiS. And they've had several members come and go throughout the years, but they've maintained a 5-member lineup for the most part, and that's the current number that they have. They are also their production team is Scrambles, who we talked about earlier with Gang Parade, and they also do Empire, Cartoon, and that's just a few. Like Scrambles is very prolific in the Japanese music community.
Specifically, they're more prolific in the Japanese idol community. A lot of their stuff is tied with the idol community. So if you look at their track record, it is BiSH, BiS, Empire, Gang Parade. They even done the Azuki, the virtual idol that we talk about every so often. And a lot of their work is really good, and it stems off of BiSH, honestly.
Yeah. But they do good work. Like they're really, really good. Maybe someday we can do a music corner on Scrambles.
That will be it would be interesting to get something on them.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. But but right now for BiSH, so today's current lineup is Aina the End, Sen Chihiro, Chiti, Momoko Gumi Company, Ling Ling, Hashi Yasume Atsuko, and Ayuna D. So that is the current lineup, and I do love the alt idol names because they're always nonsensical, and I guess that just plays to the whimsicalness of the group themselves.
Well, it plays to the whimsicalness of the group, and it keeps these girls' identity for the most part as secret as they must want it to be.
Yeah, they're very, like I said earlier, their very first album was called Brand New Idol Shit. It was released on May 27th of 2015. and they've gone on to release a grand total of 5 albums. Their last album came out earlier this year, Carrot and Sticks, and I didn't actually talk about it a little bit in the write-up, but I did listen to it before I did the write-up. And it's actually a really solid album. I think there's only like
it's
one
really
or two
good.
songs I didn't like, but for the most part, it's a stellar album. I really enjoyed it. You liked it, Ken?
Yeah, it's a really solid album, and besides, yeah, like you said, there is one or two songs that I didn't really like, but that were a little bit slower paced than what I'm used to for this group. But besides that, everything else was much more better, in my opinion.
I would say that I think me and you agree, like there's one or two songs that don't quite hit the notes for us, but I would willing to bet a lot of money they're different songs. Because I tend to like the slower songs. I mean, the song that I picked, my absolute favorite song that BiSH does is Life is Beautiful, which is a slow song. It's not a real, fast tempo song. But the thing that I love about Life is Beautiful is I think it's one of the better showcases of the vocal work that these girls can do and the vocal range that they have. And there's something about the message behind the song and everything about it just has like an emotional resonance to me. And my absolute favorite line in the song is where they sing Life is Beautiful. Like that, I think it's just resonant, it's beautiful, it's great, and I really love it. That is my favorite song. But the thing that I love about BiSH is they actually cover a wide variety of genres in a weird way. Like they have Here's Looking at You Kid, which is almost a punk song, just like this very upbeat punk song. You have songs like Shar, where the whole song they're screaming into the void, and that's a good song too. So like they have like a wide variety, and it's one of those groups where I really think if you hear a song you don't like, don't write them off. Listen to some different songs, because they have a really wide range of songs that they perform, and I'm certain that there's music that anybody can find that they like. Like they are super talented, and I do love these girls. And that's a custom to their production stream, because Scrambles has several members that work with these girls, and they know their power, their skills to the girls' strengths and weaknesses for the most part. And if you can't just write them off on one song, because they might be weak at one song but can bounce right back with another song. Precisely. Yeah, it's really good. I love them. Check them out. Check them out. It's the most I can tell you. They are really great. If you need a place to start, Carrots and Sticks, stellar place to start. It's the most recent thing, and it's a solid album. Go check them out.
This and BiSH and BiSH are like what I would say is alternative idol groups. So they are what the gold standard is of what the idol community needs to do to evolve, so to speak. I mean, as much as I like to dog on AKB and stuff like that, they're at that point where they need to do something more, and BiSH is accomplishing that so much. And that's why I really wish that Billy Idol would have done that too, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah, for me, I like BiSH to a point, but I feel like BiSH goes like that extra step, and it's a step too far. And I'm like this is just a little much for me. And I think BiSH actually walks it back a little bit, and it's right at my comfort level, and that's where I love them, and that's why I can get into them.
Well, for me, for BiSH, it is the standard textbook, and BiSH is going to elevate that just a little bit more. BIS, I mean.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, if your gold standard is going to be what BiSH is, then I understand that BIS is going to be a little bit more extreme to that point. The thing is with BIS, it's that their songs can go wonky to an edge, and then they can bring it back with another song, kind of like what BiSH does too, where they might have one off song, but they can bring it back with another song, so to speak.
But I would say like BIS is more consistently out there. Well, I think BiSH particularly, they tend to have more of a middling ground And
yeah, they calm it down, so to speak, and I don't mind that. That's what they're there for. They are the gold standard of what the community needs to be now.
Yeah.
So, but we're not talking about BiSH. We're talking about BiSH.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's hard to. You have to talk about both of them at this point to have a nice community talk about what the idol community is going to be now.
Well,
because go ahead.
I was just going to say, especially with BiSH and BiSH, they're so interconnected. It's super, super hard to talk about one without talking about the other.
No, that's completely correct. You have to talk about both.
Yeah.
But that's neither here or there. But BiSH is amazing. You guys should check it out if you want something a little bit more harder than the usual cutesy idol stuff that the 46 and the 48s usually produce. But who knows? Kyakizaka is coming that little bit hard edge stuff now.
Yeah.
So Akimoto is reading the room, so to speak.
It's interesting to see where some of these things are going.
But yeah, thank you for bringing that lovely piece into this week's For Music Corner. I've always liked talking about BiSH.
Yeah.
So BiSH, anyway.
Oh yeah, and thank you, Ken, for turning me on to them. I don't know if I would have checked them out had you not recommended them to me. So thank you.
But yeah, with that, let's continue on to this week's Oricon. It's a week. So, the number 10 song, I will stick it up to the Anime Summer Song Festival that happened this week. That's the reason why so many of the anime songs popped up. Which reminds me, we have to talk about this. So,
okay.
Are you a fan of K-On, or do you understand K-On at least?
I am aware of K-On, but I have not checked it out myself.
Okay. So, K-On was made by Kyoto Animation Studios.
Yes.
And it is its 10th year. And as a surprise for both the 10th year, and to honor the people that had passed away in the animation studios, K-On, the members of K-On, the voice actresses, came back together to surprise everyone for the summer anime festival that happened this past week. And it's a really, really big thing, because a lot of these people, they don't even voice act anymore. They haven't picked up anything. The person that does Tomoe from Afterglow,
yeah,
the drummer, she's the bassist for this one. So that's why I don't think that's why Afterglow is never gonna have a real life. Because they cast the wrong girl for the wrong instrument.
Well, that happens.
But it was a big thing, regardless. And it's also really, really, really funny to see how cringy both Yuma and Maya Uchida were in a photo together. Because Yuma's just like, has that smile like, oh, hurry up, I don't want to be here right now.
I could see that.
But yeah, with that, let's continue on to number 10, and it is Happy New Genesis by Grand Blue Fantasy. It is that Grand Blue Fantasy game. I don't play it. I know of its existence, and it's very, very heavily gacha'd. And it does have a couple of the heavy hitters for the Seiyu world, which is Inori Minose and Oguri Yui and Takahashi Minami, and a lot of the heavy hitters for the Seiyu world that does all the singing stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's really good. I don't play Grand Blue Fantasy, but it's all right. I wouldn't kick it out. It's better than some of the Idolmaster songs that we see.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot better than some of the Idolmaster stuff that we've talked about. And I really enjoyed the song. It has a cuteness to it and a heart to it, especially that music video. It kind of sucks you in a little bit. And I genuinely liked it. I really enjoyed it. I haven't checked out Grand Blue Fantasy either. I actually thought Grand Blue Fantasy was a little bit more of like a hardcore, 90s Japanese role-playing game, like in the vein of like Final Fantasy or something. Apparently I was super wrong, because this is not that at all. But you learn something new every day.
I mean, they're having like a fighting game made by Arc System Works pretty soon.
It's true too. Yeah.
So it's made by Psy Games, the people that made Puzzles and Dragons, also.
Oh, that's making a lot of sense.
But yeah, Happy New Genesis sold a lovely 14,453 points. And going on up once again is Fanfare by Heisei Jump. They didn't get kicked off the list quite yet, but they're still kicking there. CDs only. We said all we needed to say here.
You rock on, guys.
But yeah, once again, it's still only CD only, which is very surprisingly, and it sold a lovely 15,221 points. And once again, it is Shokude by Official Hage Dandism by number 8 here. Say all we needed to say about this all.
Yeah.
So, safely at 17,509 points. And going on to Uma Toshika by Kenshi Yonezu. So, let's talk about the music video.
Yes! I'll let you lead the way. You understood it better than me.
I don't understood it. I just because I read the article and was looking at all the things about it. That's the only reason I was like, okay, yeah, it's him being his artsy self. It's not more. I'm not like, I understand the theory of why he's looking up in that cave.
Oh, okay. As a warning, great song, but this music video is insanely artistic. I just did not understand what was going on.
Like I said, Yonezu Kenshi is that kind of person. We know about that. A lot of his songs are these artsy-fartsy pieces. And all his latest songs have been featured as an art gallery piece as of late. He did that for Flamingo, where he had like this little art convention piece to talk about all the stuff that he did for Flamingo. And it's funny because the guy that does this is Tomokazu Yamada, and he's the person that did both Lemon and Flamingo. So his artistic flair is going off like freaking crazy again with Uma Toshika, and which is fine. It's beautifully shot though. A lot of the cave portions are beautifully shot.
The camera work in this music video is on par with anything you'd see in Hollywood. I mean, just fantastically done. Like, the director of photography did his job, and he should get paid very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it's interesting. Kenshi always does this with his pieces, and I can't fault him for that. I'm known to just get used to his pieces being some sort of modern art piece now, which now these kind of music videos are taking place, which I don't mind. More towards him and Yamada for doing that kind of thing.
And there is certainly a place for it. So it's nice to see some of that. Just for me, I'm not really an artsy guy, so it just kind of took me. I was like, there's this really cool scene near the beginning where he's got like a bunch of people around behind him, and they're doing like this rhythmic hand motion sort of thing. It's hard to describe because they're all interwoven and interlaced like a basket with their people with hands. It's weird, but it's actually really cool the way that they do it and the way that they do the choreography. So if between the camera work, that in the beginning, it's certainly worth checking out and seeing what's going on with that.
But yeah, this week Uma Toshika sold a lovely 19,576 points, still only on downloads. So next week we should see it be number one.
The Kenshi shall be number one. I can't imagine something not being number one besides him.
But yeah, it sold regardless. Very, very high for only being download only.
Oh yeah.
And going on up to number 6, it is Pretenders. Once again by Official Hige Dandism. This thing will die and all the lovely things. I was going to wait for an official announcement for this to come on later. until it breaks the record, I'm not going to do this news, but it's been 15 straight weeks since the release of the song that it's hit top streaming via the Oricon charts numbers anyway. But the only person to have done more was I'm Young. So I don't know if they could sneak past I'm Young on that, then that'll put them a heavy contender for whatever is going to be that horse race.
Yeah, December is going to be a very fascinating month, to say the least.
To say the least. But yeah, this week Pretender sold a lovely 21,987 points. And going on up, it is Utano Prince Sama Shining Love theme song CD2 Wonder Rondo Dancing Overnight. This is getting to Idol Master ridiculousness of square soft Final Fantasy proportions.
It's so wordy, and it doesn't really need to be either. But I will say,
but this is part of the, if you guys didn't know, the Utano Prince Sama Shining Live thing. That lovely. I don't do the Husbando anime, so I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either.
Much.
But Wonder Rondo is not bad.
Yeah, it is.
It's not bad.
Not too bad.
Dancing Overnight, I wasn't a huge fan of. But Wonder Rondo, I was like, no, this isn't too bad. It's not great. I wouldn't run out and buy the CD by any means, but I wouldn't scream bloody murder if it came on the radio in the car either. Like, it's there.
Just go on a driving scene.
How dare you assault my ears?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I have to respect the Utano Prince Sama stuff because I haven't liked the song by them, but I haven't hated the song by them either.
They're consistently like, yeah, they're a thing. They exist.
They're a thing, and I guess I guess all the people that love the husbandos could say the same thing about, Bang Dream and the waifu bait.
Yeah.
So
totally.
But regardless, Wonder Rondo and Dancing Overnight sold a lovely 21,990 points. CD only too, so get that.
Yep.
So once again, going on to number 4, returning. It is Daijobu and the lovely Saijo no Sendo, done by Hirakawa Kiyoshi, the lovely Inca singer. Once again, you were like saying, why is this back? Because this was originally done in March, and we talked about this. It appeared for like a couple weeks in March, in April for that matter. We talked about this, and you were like, why did it show up again? Because Hikawa Kiyoshi is the second coming of Christ for Inca. And while you were gone, we were talking about Shobu no Hanamichi over and over again during the episodes where you gone last year. Yeah. It seems like, well, the Inca Renaissance is coming back again because right around this time you were gone and he was doing this thing once again with Shobu no Hanamichi. And Daijobu and Saijo no Sendo is going to do the same, I guess.
Yeah. It's still, I like Inca. It's nice. I really like it when it pops back up because it's something you don't really hear too often. And it's nothing like what you hear in America. So it's something completely different, and I really, really like that.
So, I'm not too surprised that he came back, but I am surprised that he hasn't released another song, but that's neither here or there.
I mean, you can't rush perfection, and you don't want these artists to feel forced. Yeah. So, let him take his time,
Yeah. I mean, he's probably going to sing this song in the Kohaku, because he's probably going to appear in the Kohaku.
Do you think he's going to do Daijobu or the second one?
He's probably going to do Daijobu. Or he's going to just do a medley of do both.
Okay. Well, because I really like the Boatman song a lot more.
I know you like the Boatman song. But because Hana no Michi... Hana no... Shobu no Hanamichi, I'm forgetting the song. Thank you for that.
I just
Shobu
keep
no
saying
Hanamichi.
the second song. I'm not going to try to pronounce that.
Shobu no Hanamichi would always came up by itself, but it was attached to another song. But then when he showed up in the Kohaku, he did a medley. Yeah. So he might do a medley for Daijobu and Saijo no Sendo. So, but who knows? It sold a lovely 23,803 points. So that's always good there. And going on up, it is Ashita e no Bye Bye by Urashimasu Takusen. And it's I don't know what to say about this group, but they're an anime group to say the least, but who knows?
Well, this is attached to an anime, right?
It's attached to ending for an anime,
yeah.
I believe. It was
Inazuma 11 Orion stamp.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know either. I never heard of it. But I will say this song is really intense, which is not what I was expecting. Especially if you look at the cover of it. It was just like 4 young boys. I don't know how to count anymore. So, but yeah, this song is like really, really intense. And
what's funny is because these are the guys actually perform. It's like Bang Dream for that matter, or Love Live, where this is their persona. They don't like to be in the limelight, supposedly.
Nothing wrong with that. But it was a good song. I was surprised by it. It was really good.
But yeah. Ashita e no Bye Bye sold a lovely 23,807 points. But yeah, continuing on up to number 2, it is Dreamers by Generation from Exiled Tribe. And by God,
this is
number 1 song.
This is
number
fantastic.
1 song this week.
This is absolutely fantastic. I love this song so much. I actually think you like it a little bit more than I do, which is kind of interesting because I'm usually the Exiled Tribe guy. But I'm right up there with you as just like, this song is fantastic. Just as a heads up though, the music video was 11 minutes. So it's a watch.
It's fairly like a drama, so just get used to that if you guys are going to watch the music video. It is available in full. Thank you,
Avex
Rhythm Zone for that.
Yeah. This is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love the vocal work in this song. I love the little rap that they have in it. I think that has a really good flow. And this song really is something super relatable. I think it's something like everybody can kind of relate to, even if you don't speak Japanese. If you watch the music video, it's very clear what the song's about. The idea that everybody has dreams that they want to obtain, and they have to strive for their dreams and work hard for their dreams. And sometimes they don't necessarily come true, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to achieve and work hard for them anyways. You should always strive for your dreams. So yeah, it is a stellar song. I absolutely loved it, and definitely can't recommend this one enough.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this song. It's probably one of the best songs that I would actually chalk it on there as one of the best songs I heard this year. It's really good. And
it's good.
You know, I think of the Exiled Tribe group, or the tribes anyway, the juniors for them, is they're always going to try to push the limit of what dance performance is. But this turned it on its head, and it's a much more slower song. And that's what I love when Exile and Rhythm Zones particularly does, when they surprise us with these kind of styles.
Yeah, this is not your typical stuff.
Yeah, it's so good. I just loved it. Loved every minute of it.
all 11 of them?
Well, I mean, yeah, there were some good things in the 11 minutes. Go watch the music video and you'll find out why.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. I really want to hear Luna's take on this, but unfortunately she's not here. She probably would have loved it too.
I would imagine. I'm just more interested if she would prefer this song or the next song we're going to talk about. That would be like the only thing I'm kind of wondering. I think she'd lean more towards this song, but that's an assumption. I don't know.
But yeah, Dreamers sold a lovely 40,086 points, which is a shame. I wish that at least it got close to 100,000. But number 1 is number 1 for a reason, and it is Koi Wazudai by King&Prince. And by God, so if Dreamers wasn't on this would have been number 1. This song is a close second, like a very close second to my top song of the week.
Golly, it's good. It's really good.
It's one of their best songs, if in my personal opinion, their best song that they've done so far.
I think it's their number 2 song. But
well, Cinderella Girls is a great song also. That is my number 2. But Koi Wazurai is such an amazing song.
And it's a really, really good showcase of the vocal talent these gentlemen have. Like all 5 of them, like just like their range is fantastic. And it's on full display here. Just, the way they sing and just the way they carry the tune and the melody of the song is just really well done, really well performed, and definitely sets the high bar in what you can expect from a King&Prince song. It's up there now.
It does. They're going on full force of what it means to be a Johnny's group, and this is one of the top things that I just love. So, hey, if they end the year with this song, they'll probably do one more or another album or something. But if they end the year with just this song, I'll be okay with that.
It's going to be at the Kohaku.
It's going to be at the Kohaku. They left their imprint on this song. And once again, they are one of the only groups for every single since their debut to hit over 300,000 every single song.
Yeah, consistent. I think their numbers are going up too.
Yeah, this one is close to 400, but
yeah.
They are the first group since debuting to reach all their releases for their singles have been over 300,000, which is amazing.
Good work on these guys. They definitely earn it and deserve it.
But yeah, it sold a lovely 398,667 points. I can't wait to see what's more to come by this group, and I know once Arashi leaves, the fate of Johnny is going to be good hands with Johnny's West, King&Prince, and Heisei Jump still continuing on.
Yeah, they're all doing stellar numbers and really continuing the legacy that they've established.
But yeah, with that, let's continue on to the album side. Not much.
Not really.
Not much surprises here. Thumbsuckers by Pedro is always good there. Cold Rain with the side effects is also really good. Supernova with their song Paparazzi. I've been wondering about this. Did okay.
Yeah.
We Are Dreammakers 2 by Dreammakers, number 7. Taylor Swift with Lover.
Yeah.
Not gonna. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
before. The Oral Cigarettes, their album Before It's Too Late is also there. X1, I think that's a Korean group, but Quantum Leap mini album number 1, I would assume.
I would assume with the kind of title like that, I would assume X1's Korean.
Yeah. Yoroshika with Eruma at number 3, a 5x20 bumping down to number 2 once again, and Taemin, the lovely member of SHINee, with his solo album Famous.
Yeah, but I mean, he barely squeaked out in number 1 because the Arashi is 50,379 points, and he's only 50,955. So, they barely got the number 1 spot, but he did it.
Yeah, but there was a specific reason why, and it's because 5x20 had a limited edition JAL Hawaii version. And that would explain the lovely numbers
that they had last week. The double take that we had on that one. But
yeah, with that, that's pretty much it for this week. Hopefully, we'll have all 3 of us next week. I have no idea at this point.
I don't know either. We can only hope and pray at this point.
But yeah, you can find us at all the lovely social media stuff on Instagram and Twitter at ongaku.du. You can find the site at ongaku.du.com. You can find us on YouTube you just search up ongaku.du. Subscribe, like, comment, push that like button, all that generic millennial stuff.
Helps the channel grow.
Helps the channel grow. Leave a comment. Tell us how good we're doing or how bad we're doing. We don't care. Well,
we do care, but...
If you guys want to have only Luna just talk, then, we understand.
She is prettier than us, and that's something we have to contend with.
Yeah. But, yeah, besides that, you can follow us on the Twitters, you can follow also our affiliates first and he is Koryu Hunter. He is our Japanese mailbox that came back home. And he just did Madame Madan, and I told him wait on that because I really wanted to play that game with him. But I have no idea about that game. It's the predecessor or the next game in the successor for Until Dawn, and it has Iceman himself in it.
Sean Ashmore.
Yep.
I do want to play that. Like, the concept behind it just sounds so dope. I do want to play that.
Yeah. But yeah, you can check him out on Twitter at Koryu Hunter, KYORYUHUNTER. You can find him at Twitter at Kyosai Koryu, KYOSAI KYORYU. I believe I spelled that right. I'm not looking at anything, so I'm just going off memory there. And you can also go follow our affiliate, Timber Taff. He's a Twitch streamer in his own right. He's probably going crazy over the Undertale stuff that was announced for Smash. But you can follow him at twitch.tv/TimberTaft, TIMBRTAFT. You can also follow him on Twitter at TimberTaft. You can follow me at OTYCan1. You can follow Rentford at RentfordD. You can follow Luna at LunaMarie87. And where can we find you on Twitter, Gray?
You can find me at Ongaku Gray, where I tweet about what I've been listening to.
And with that, I want to thank you guys very, very much and highly appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day listening to us. You guys take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm your host, Ken, saying thank you very much and take care. Aloha.
And this is Gray. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.